Now people are getting their hands on their Fold 5, we thought we'd take a look at 3 of my favourite cases. Each of these 3 cases have their own unique selling point, which makes them perfect for a wide range of people. The first case is perfect for the person that wants extra protection. The second case is beautiful and thin. And then we've got the last case, which offers a strap excellent for holding the device. You can check out the links below to buy any of these cases and check out the rest of our range. Right, let's start with the first one. Now we've put the first case on our dummy device here. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with how it feels and looks. Now this is a protective case, so it's going to be a little bit bulkier than some of the other cases we'll take a look at. But that is perfect if you're worried about breaking your Fold 5. Even though Samsung have made leaps and bounds in improving their hinge, it's still going to be the weakest part of the phone. Now while the phone is folded shut, it feels actually quite nice in the hands. It doesn't feel really big and bulky, considering that you've got this quite large hinge protection on the side. However, it does become a little bit of a problem when you open up the fold, as you do now have this large bump on the back. This means that you're never going to be able to place it flat on a table because it's going to rock around thanks to it. However, this is the sacrifice most people are willing to take thanks to the case being able to protect that hinge. Now, as mentioned before, this case feels really nice in the hands. It has this sort of soft matte texture to it. It is made of plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap. There's also some nice little design touches as well. If you look at the side, there's sort of an indent where you can easily place your thumbs and fingers to open up the fold. This is perfect because this year it's harder than ever to open up the fold thanks to it being nice and flush. On the back of the fold, there's a nice lip around the cameras. This will offer a little bit more protection than some of the other cases that sit flush. Then around the front, you have a decent lip around the screen as well, which will offer excellent protection if you place it face down on a table. Overall, this is one of the most protective cases I've seen for the Fold 5, and that includes the official ones from Samsung. That's because none of those include any protection for the hinge, which in my mind is probably one of the weakest areas. I think if you're worried about dropping your Fold 5, this is going to be the case to get. Next up, we're going to take a look at the stylish case. This is one of the best looking Fold 5 cases that we have today. It has this lovely textured pattern on the back of the phone, and because it's crystal clear, you still see the colour of the Fold 5 that you've picked through it as well. Another plus point for this case is that it's probably one of the thinnest ones that I've put on this phone. It feels pretty nice in the hands, although the front of it feels a little bit plasticky, whereas the back is then a gel material. It's a little bit jarring when you first put it on. Now, because it does have this gel back, it does feel a little bit grippier than if it was just hard plastic. So it should mean that you drop the device slightly less. On the side of the phone, you have floating buttons above the hardware buttons. They feel okay, but not brilliant, to be quite honest with you. Around the back, there is a good lip around the cameras, so it should provide some extra protection here. However, let's be honest, you're not buying this case for ultimate protection. You're buying it because it looks beautiful. I really like the pattern against the white Z Fold that we have here, and I do believe that it would also look great on the black one as well. Other than that, it does also have a lanyard or wrist strap that you can attach to the side of the phone here. That will provide some extra protection if you're someone clumsy that drops their phone often. Other than that, it's just a nice thin case with a beautiful design on the back. Next up, we have Elixir's strap case for the Fold 5. Straight away, I really like the look of this case. Now, although we've got this one in lavender, it is also available in black. This is very similar to some of the strap cases that we've seen for the S23 and S23 Ultra. It has sort of a thin strap that goes up one side of the phone. Underneath, it has a contrasting color. Now, the main benefit of the strap is that you can just tuck your hand underneath, which gives you extra security when you're holding it. Perfect for such a large phone like the Fold. In the hands, the case feels really nice. It's got this soft matte texture to it, similar to the first case that we looked at, and also has some nice protection around the cameras as well. While the strap does feel a little bit rigid because it's made out of a thin plastic rather than, say, a silicone like we saw on the official ones, it still feels nice once you've tucked your hand underneath. There's some other nice design features on this case as well. Like on the side, you've got this nice indent where it's easier to open up the fold. Then around the front, you've got a decent lip around the screen as well. Excellent if you place it face down when you're having coffee with your friends. Now, just like the previous case we looked at, there's no protection for the hinge. However, I think because of this strap, you're probably going to drop the phone less anyway. This is not the only strap case for the Fold 5. There's also an official one. However, as that one's £60 compared to the $25 that this costs, I think we're onto a winner. Overall, I think this is a really nice case for the Fold. It looks good, it feels good, and it also adds a layer of functionality. Because of that, I think it's got to be my favorite from the three that we have today. I'm not someone that drops my phone often, so I think the extra protection of that first case is probably something I wouldn't need. While I do think the second case is beautiful in its design, I really just like this strap and added functionality. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, drop us a comment below which one is your favorite.